Riker's Star Trek TNG rival actress didn't know classic Borg episode ending. Commander Shelby actress Elizabeth Dennehy and the cast of Star Trek The Next Generation did not know how the Best of Both Worlds two-parter would end as they filmed the first episode. Bridging TNG's third and fourth seasons, The Best of Both Worlds introduced two-parters to Star Trek and remains one of the best television cliffhangers of all time. Before this dramatic cliffhanger, though, Commander Elizabeth Shelby arrives on the USS Enterprise D to help investigate a potential Borg attack. She's been working on a response plan in case of a Borg invasion, and she immediately bumps heads with Commander William Riker. Jonathan Frakes, The Best of Both Worlds, Part 1, ends with Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, assimilated by the Borg and turned into their mouthpiece, Locutus. To save everyone else, Commander William Riker, Jonathan Frakes, gives the order to fire on the Borg cube, knowing it will be the death of his friend and captain. While filming Part 1, Patrick Stewart's position in Star Trek The Next Generation's cast remained up in the air. There was speculation that Stewart would be leaving the show, and that Riker would take over as captain, potentially with Shelby as his number one. In an interview with Warp Factor Trek, Elizabeth Dennehy spoke about her experience filming The Best of Both Worlds, and how not knowing the story's ending affected her performance. Read her quote below. "When we shot the first one, we put in very purposefully little moments where it could go any way. When we were fighting, we also had to have some real respect and a little bit of heat there, in case it turned out that we were going to run off together, or whatever. Also, some little moments of overconfidence, in case I was going to end up being a villain. We had no idea." So that was a purely technical thing. A lot of Easter eggs were planted in that first one, so that with whatever outcome came up in the second one, it would track. We really built that whole story together with Cliff Bull, the director. After making a brief cameo in Star Trek Lower Decks Season 2, Episode 5, An Embarrassment of Dupplers, Elizabeth Shelby made a full return in Star Trek Picard Season 3, Episode 9, Vox. By 2401, Shelby had achieved the rank of Fleet Admiral, and she led the opening ceremony of the Frontier Day celebrations that year while in command of the USS Enterprise F. As she delivered a speech to the many assembled Starfleet ships, Admiral Picard attempted to warn her about the impending Borg attack. Unfortunately, Picard's warning came too late.